Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hate talking about age. First of all, I can tell you, because we're all young here today, and that's the way we want to remain. I am delighted to be here to open this first event in Laois, and I hope that we all learn something from it, because the effort that was put into this, to put on this show in lovely Laois, nobody knows as much about organising as I do, and sometimes it's often left to the very few. So I want to congratulate them first and foremost. Well done. I just want to say that I'm no stranger to organising events, and speaking of our own event, I can see here the identification of a need in this case to share information. So many people often ask, where will I get in touch with somebody? Or how do I go about it? Here is an opportunity for everybody, remembering that we have over 70 exhibitors here, and let no one go home this evening and say, there was nothing there for me. There's everything here, in beautiful surroundings in this college, and what a great opportunity it is for all of us to learn from each other and to see what we have to offer in Laois. It's a very progressive county, as we all know, very centrally located, and it's up to each and every one of us to get out there and do what we can to help one another. If you know something that will help Mary or John down the road, why not share that information with them? That's what we are here about that today. Also, I want to say that the convention the National Convention held up in Meath last year, the emphasis was on age. Live well, get well. We can all say 50 or 60, we'd like to retire. What do you do when you retire? Get out there. I acknowledge very much that the COVID years were very tough on people. But it's time now to leave that behind and get out and do something. Get involved. I suppose, one of the most senior people here today, and I'm involved in a lot of organisations. I can honestly say that the only association that I'm not involved in is the Men's Society. I know that many clubs are here today. We have over 70 exhibitors, as Thomas told me, and you know, there's so much that we can learn from one another. Don't let that opportunity pass you by. Never think of your age. You know, it's not the years in your life, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years that matter. And let us go forward with that in mind. Look, we all have a talent, we have a skill. I remember in my own association, I was always out there looking for something new to add. And I will just tell you one story about that. And that was the time that we introduced the fashion show into the Clowning Championships. And I was here in the middle of Laois when one man from West Cork stood up and said to the chairman, I thought it was a clowning match we were running. And that was true, and I didn't get permission. But I went down the steps in the Collection Hotel that very evening, disappointed. But I had a fashion show, and we had it still going. And I remember we were only going 3 or 4 years when I wanted to get up to the top where the models were. And there were 3 or 4 men standing in the doorway. And one of them was on a walking stick. And he said, well, I'm not moving, ma'am. I was here before you. And when I got around at the side, up to where the models were, what was on the platform? Wedding gear. So just to tell you that, you keep going. You know, you can go 2 steps or 3 steps and be pushed back a step. But that's the time when you must persevere and keep going. We all, as I said, have a skill and a talent. And it's important, so important, to share that. We want to live well and be well. And it's up to each and every one of you. And that's what President Biden said in Northern Ireland. It's up to the people of Northern Ireland to do their own thing. It's up to us to do our own thing. And another quote, he said, look, my feet brings me to where my heart is. And if your heart is not in Laois, where should it be? It should be in your own country. It's, as I said, it's a very progressive country, and it's up to us to play our part. We brought 273,000 last September to a world event where there were 28 countries, and every county in Ireland was taking part. And Laois is a wonderful place to live in. So it's up to each and every one of us to go out there, do our bit. And what you have on display today, make sure that you are talkative, engage with the person that goes to your stand. That is really, really important. And I have no doubt, looking at all the lovely people here today, and a lot of grey heads. Mine is grey too, but there's way darkening it a bit. Our theme is to be well and live well. And don't talk about retiring. What do you do when you retire? That's one thing you have to ask yourself. Do I sit in a corner? There's no one going to go along and catch you by the hand and say, come on, we'll do such a thing. You have got to do it yourself. And I want to say that I wish this exhibition to be a very truthful exhibition, a very informative one for everyone that has come along. Mind you, the effort that was put into this is only the people at the grassroots know that. And it's up to you to make it worthwhile because you are demonstrating. So I'm not going to keep you any longer. Only thank everyone for coming. Hope that it's a good show, a good exhibition, I should say, for everyone, and that your efforts in putting on a show is well rewarded. Thank you very much.